Let's start this project with a roll of Scotch tape, a stack of sticky notes, and a paper party hat. I'm using the small 2x2 squares, and if we wrap one carefully around the tip of the hat, the cone shape acts as a forming guide for making a pointy paper dart. We'll need a little bit of tape to reinforce the tip and hold it all together, so when it slides off, it'll still keep its conical shape. Now watch what happens if we push the tip into a 1/2-inch PVC tube and give it a little twist. You can see the pressure leaves a little mark right where it starts getting too big for the tube. Let's carefully trim along the inside edge of the marking, and just like that, we've made a mini paper dart that'll fit perfectly inside the blowgun barrel. But it's not quite ready to use yet. We still need to add some weight to the tips so they'll fly straight. I found one of the quickest and easiest ways to do that is to squirt a little hot glue inside the cones until they're about 1/3 of the way full. If you don't have hot glue, try pulling off a little piece of poster putty instead and shove it down into the tip with something like a screwdriver. That'll work just as good. Alright, we've got some paper, a super simple blowgun that can be used right away. You can see the weighted darts fly amazingly straight and will take out paper cups with an impressive amount of power. They're just strong enough to do a little damage, but still safe enough to shoot around the house. Not that you should, but you could. You can see the 8 holes we made space the darts evenly and guide the nails as they push down into the padding below. These makeshift quivers keep all the darts securely in place while protecting the tips of the darts at the same time. Alright, our customized blowgun is looking pretty impressive and it'll look pretty serious, so let's get busy making some rounds of ammunition that are a little more serious as well. I'm using number 16 and number 18 wire nails because they're relatively lightweight and have a nice flat head on the top. You can see when a nail gets pushed through an empty paper cone, it instantly transforms into a high-speed nail dart. It'll work fine just like this, but to make it a little more durable, try adding a dab of hot glue on the inside of the cone, then pulling down on the nail until the head catches firmly at the bottom. They'll need about 2 minutes for the glue to cool and harden, so while we're waiting, why don't we try making something a little different. A stack of colored sticky notes will make different colored darts, and just for fun I snipped the tips off these purple ones and drove small screws deep into the glue. I call these ones my glass breakers, and you'll see how they got that name in just a minute. Now if you want to experiment with different types of darts, you can really use any length of nail you want. Smaller darts will be easier to shoot and fly faster, while heavier darts will penetrate deeper and do more damage. Now that we've got some good ammunition, we're going to need a way to store it. Gun, let's have some fun. I took mine outside and found that the darts easily penetrate into wooden posts without even trying. They'll also stick into tree trunks or completely abuse the side of a wooden deck like the one on my kid's playhouse. I was able to hit some targets from over 100 feet away, and if I missed, the darts just sailed right into the concrete wall behind it, which actually blows my mind completely. I still don't really know how these stick into cinder block, but they do. For one last experiment, I tried loading one of the glass breaker rounds and fired at a glass full of water. Needless to say, they do live up to their name.